a bone folder, and I'm using a Stampin' Up! Bone folder, and 4 pieces of cardstock. The 4 pieces of cardstock do not have to be any particular size. They do all have to be the same size, and they have to have this one characteristic, that the width is exactly half the length. The first step in today's project is to score each piece of the cardstock twice, once from each short end, and the distance is 1/4 the length of the paper. In today's project, my paper is 6 inches long by 3 inches wide, and so the distance from the edge of the paper to the scoring is 1.5 inches. So let's get this scored. I'm going to set this at the 1.5 inch mark and score. I'll be showing you some pieces with some dashed lines pretty soon so you can see a little bit more clearly where the scoring is. And now I'm going to score it on the other end. And we have our first piece scored. Now that I have all 4 pieces of paper scored, I'm ready to put the card together. To help show you what I'm doing, I've numbered each piece of paper from 1 to 4 on both the front and the back of each piece. As we go through the folding process, you'll be able clearly to see which sides of which piece you're viewing. To begin, lay pieces 1 and 2 on the table next to each other. Apply adhesive to the 4 outside corners of this grouping. The adhesive should be applied from the short end of each piece up to the scoring line and the same distance up to the middle of the short edge. You can use the markings on your cutting board or your grid paper to show you where you should apply the adhesive. In this case, it's 1.5 inches in both directions. The next step is to lay pieces 3 and 4 on top of and perpendicular or crossways to the piece 1 and 2 group. I usually start by adhering piece 3 very carefully to one corner of piece 1, and then the rest of the process falls into place nicely. So we'll just put that on there. Make sure I've got piece 4 tucked in, piece 2, and it's going to go nicely into place. And then we're going to put piece 4 in. Now we're ready to start folding. Step 1 is to fold piece 3 to my right and piece 4 to my left, making the first opening in the card. Press the folds with the bone folder. And now you see that we have the front of pieces 1 and 2 showing, as well as the sides of the back of pieces 3 and 4. The second step is to fold piece 2 down and to the back of the card, and piece 1 up and to the back of the card. Again, press the phones with the bone folder. At this point, you are looking at the full squares that are the backs of pieces 3 and 4, as well as the 4 corners of pieces 1 and 2 that were not glued back at the beginning. I know you're not going to believe this, but we've pressed the last of the folds. We're now going to be unfolding the card. Unfold the card first by turning piece 3 to the back on my right and piece 4 to the back on my left. Now we're looking at the entire backs of pieces 1 and 2. The final step is to unfold the card by turning piece 2 to the bottom back of the card and piece 1 to the back of the card on the top.